I'm Jeff Cobb with HybridCars.com, and back for 2013 is Nissan's now made in USA Leaf. Charging is now quicker, range is 14% farther, and the price has been substantially cut as well. Nissan this year for 2013 has done a number of tweaks, if you will. The real improvements this year were by making it more efficient, and efficiency was increased by less energy drag from accessories and also the motor. They curtailed electronically the maximum torque by 20 pounds-feet with leaving the horsepower the same. Therefore, the range also is farther. On the sticker, it only looks a little bit farther because the EPA has now changed the way that they measure the range. The range used to be with 100% full battery. This year, it's with a 90% full battery. In actual fact, it goes 84 miles with 100% battery charge compared to last year's 73. This year, Nissan got everybody's attention by slashing the price from its least expensive model from 2012 to 2013 by bringing out the Model S, not to be confused with Tesla, the S version of the Nissan Leaf. Starting at $28,800 plus $850 destination charge, it's $6,000 less. And so therefore, the Leafs are available in 3 configurations, from the S to the SV to the SL. So you got a range there between just below 30 to just over 35 and a half or so. Also, the miles per gallon equivalent has gone up as well. This year it's 115 miles per gallon equivalent combined, and that's based on a 129 city figure and a 102 highway. Say what you will about the way the Nissan Leaf looks, it certainly is unique. The reason why it looks the way it does was, first of all, Nissan did focus groups when they were still developing the car a few years back. And prospective buyers, early adopters, said that they wanted a car that was a standout green car, eco car look. Well, this is even more iconic and green than the Prius, if you will. But however, there are a number of reasons why the car looks the way it does, other than just to stand out and look different. It actually is very functional. The coefficient of drag this year is actually 0.28 compared to 0.29 last year. And it's always been a very efficient car. These big eyes or headlights are there for a reason. If you may notice, the hood is cut very low. It's not as low as a Corvette's, but it's sports car low. And in order to get those headlights in the right position to work, they had to be up. But there's another thing behind these. These are LED headlights, in fact. But this design here actually runs interference aerodynamically for the outboard mirrors. So those outboard mirrors, which are there, would just act like sails in the breeze, are now not creating aerodynamic drag because the air is contoured around them in a wind tunnel or driving down the road. So it's a very elegant design. It's a smart design. It not only looks unique, but it's also form follows function and function follows form. It's sort of back and forth there. Even underneath the car, there are flat body panels and diffusers. So the air management over this vehicle, in order to maximize the energy budget, is very efficient. It's pretty much a normal car. The vehicle is good in handling. It's 0 to 60 time. Nissan doesn't actually say, but it's been said that it's somewhere around 10 seconds, 0 to 60, which isn't terrific, but keep in mind this is a commuter car. It's highway legal, but it's really zippy up to 35, 45 miles per hour. The vehicle brakes normally, goes around corners reasonably well, handles its weight pretty well. They've actually trimmed a little bit of fat off of it this year as well. Overall, it's kind of fun to drive, and it's unique in that there's no gear shifting. It's got this funky little shifter that was inspired by a PC's mouse, actually, or a computer mouse. When you first hop into one of these, you do get used to it after a while, but it's definitely different than any internal combustion car you've driven. in the way it delivers power, in the way it just operates. The way it handles is pretty conventional. Inside the Leaf, Nissan has taken a number of steps to make this car as comfortable as possible, and they've done a pretty decent job overall. The car is fairly, conventional automotive. It has a push-button starter, as you would expect, because there's no internal combustion engine to even turn on or any starter to start. The layout of the gauges are all within easy eye view, and everything's at fingers, hands reach. You have a nice, in this vehicle, I have a nice little captain's chair sort of feel with the functional center armrest and door armrest, which is nicely padded with soft touch materials. The layout of the center stack is, of course, redundantly controlled with this vehicle, this one having optional 3-spoke steering wheel with leather wrap, as a matter of fact, and all sorts of buttons to control everything for hands-free driving. This car has done very well in crash tests. It's gotten exceptional ratings from the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety and from NHTSA. It's got airbags all throughout. Believe it or not, its extra weight helps it. It will comfortably seat 4 people. A 5th person, actually, if you really want to. It is a 5-seater. And 4 are very comfortable in this car. I've sat in the back seat, and if you're interested, it has knee room. And my legs are very long. They're fairly long. I'm not that tall. I'm just 6 feet tall, but my legs are 34.25-inch inseam. And sliding the seat all the way back is where I have this seat on its track. Behind me, I can still sit without my knees crunching into the back of the seat. Outward visibility of this vehicle is very good, with the A-pillars being reasonably thin. The hood that we mentioned on the outside is very low, and the road is before you, so you have excellent frontal view. Nissan knows how to put together a car, having been there and done that in automotive engineering for decades. And this car brings to the table all the lessons learned through the years. So it is a thoroughly modern, thoroughly functional, thoroughly user-friendly car for a commuter. Everything is more or less improved with the 2013 Leaf. Being sold in all 50 states, it's actually in a class by itself. There are many people who still have to learn about the car, many people who are on the fence whether an EV would even work for them, but we suspect there are many people still who could make good use of this car and it would work for them.